If you think it's too late for Stranger Things to drop a full Mike and Will love story in season 5, you're dead wrong. It was actually set up years ago. If you don't believe me, watch this video because I figured out exactly how it's going to unfold. And it all traces back to one thing: the flicker of this garage light in season 1. Let me cook. In the opening of season 1, Will rolls a 7 and loses. But he tells Mike the truth anyway. He confesses,
"It was a 7. Huh?"
This isn't just a throwaway moment. It immediately establishes their relationship as different and closer than the rest of the group. They stay behind together after everyone else leaves, sharing this private moment. And later, when Will disappears, Mike leads the charge to find him with a level of intensity far beyond the rest of the party. The entire opening reinforces the significance of Mike and Will's only seen together in season 1. Ted's malfunctioning TV is playing episode 7 of Knight Rider. And after Will confesses, Mike stands next to the Wheeler's car, which has a 7 on the license plate. The number 7 represents Will's confession of the truth, which started it all. In season 4, Mike even holds a can of 7 up in his hands, symbolically holding in the truth while seeming to consider Will's words.
It's scary to open up like that, to say how you really feel, especially to people you care about the most.
I care for you so much.
Care. But you don't love me anymore. You can't even write it, Mike.
He's scared to tell 11, who he cares about deeply, the truth. But now, let's rewind back to the first truth in this story. After he confessed it was a 7, then Will bikes away and Mike watches him go without responding, and the garage light above Mike flickers. He looks up at it, visibly confused by this malfunctioning electricity, before turning it off. Keep this in mind, because here's where things get good. Throughout Stranger Things, electricity has been used as a metaphor for love. In season 2, when Lucas grabs Max's hand, he tries to downplay it by saying,
"Stop my girlfriend." I saw you two holding hands on the bus, Lucas.
She was just scared.
Maybe. But I could feel it.
Feel what?
The electricity.
In that same season, Mike and Will directly parallel that moment. When Mike grabs Will's hand on the couch, the audience is meant to assume that they are just friends, and he only grabbed his hand because Will was scared. But the same subtext applies. There was electricity. Which brings me back to the season 1 opening scene. If we apply the show's established symbolism, Mike feels a spark, a flicker of electricity, just as Will leaves. But he doesn't understand it. He's still young, so he doesn't understand what this feeling is. To him, it looks like this electricity is malfunctioning, that there's something wrong with it. So he turns it off, symbolically denying what he feels. Now, let's get into my prediction. This is how I'd write the confession scene between Mike and Will in season 5. The show has set up 2 major unresolved story threads between Mike and Will. The first being Will's painting, which he uncharacteristically lied to Mike about, saying that Elle commissioned it. And Mike's letter, which was written for Will on November 6th, but never given. This tweet by the Stranger Things writers on Twitter is hinting at a letter written by someone on November 6th, but it has yet to be revealed who. I think this letter was written by Mike. Letters revealing the truth have been a running theme in Stranger Things. Max writes letters to everyone in case she dies in season 4. She also writes a letter to Billy about her true feelings towards him. The song which plays while she reads this letter is titled Letter to Willie. I think this is foreshadowing Mike's letter to Will. Willie is a nickname for Billy, but it's an interesting choice on the writer's part. It's already been foreshadowed that Mike's letter is going to be important in season 5. Hopper hides an important letter to 11 in his left pocket. Jonathan hides an important letter, his college admission, in his left pocket. And in season 4, Mike's left pocket looks like a letter. If you remember, on November 6th, the day this letter was supposedly written, Will biked away before Mike had a chance to respond. I think this could be why and when he went inside to write Will this letter. If we fill in the blanks of the tweet, it seems to be about the 10-hour D&D game Mike made for Will, which he was disappointed they didn't get to finish playing.
15 after.
Both the painting and letter are gestures of love, and both are left unresolved. Here's how I think these story threads will unravel. Fast forward to season 5, episode 7. I think Mike and Will are going to find themselves in the upside-down version of Mike's house, which is foreshadowed by them sitting on an upside-down couch together at the end of season 4. Because the upside down is frozen on November 6th. I think Will is finally going to see Mike's letter to him that night, as Mike's house is still frozen on the night he wrote it. And unlike his letters to 11,
From Mike. Okay.
It's going to be revealed that this one was signed Love, Mike. At the same time, across time, when Will confessed to Mike,
It was a 7.
in the upside down, Will parallels his younger self, who's on the other side, and confesses the truth about the painting, that he made it for Mike because he loves him. The truth about both the letter and the painting is revealed. The first truth and the first I love you. And that's when both literal and metaphorical electricity surges between Mike and Will, and the lights around them flicker or glow. This could be for a number of reasons. It's already been established that Will has the ability to affect lights in the upside down, so maybe they ignite from the confession? Or maybe it's a coincidental electrical storm, as shown in the season 5 trailer. Or maybe it was even from Mike freezing time in season 1, because he wanted 20 more minutes to play D&D with Will, which is a whole other theory I have but don't have time to explain. If I were writing this scene, I'd link it directly to the Upside Down being frozen in time. The surge of electricity in Season 5 would bleed through dimensions and hit that garage light on November 6th, making it flicker in the very first episode. With time manipulation likely playing a major role, it feels like a natural connection instead of a stretch. And when this electricity surges, I think Mike kisses Will. But it won't go over too well if this line from Steve was foreshadowing.
You can't see it, but you can feel it, like this, electricity, you know? You feel that, and then you make your move.
So that's when you kiss her?
No, whoa, slow down, Romeo.
In Season 4, Argyle calls Mike Romeo, and then later, Mike stands in front of a sign that says Montague. In the original version of this theory, I wrote that Heroes by David Bowie would play in this scene, and I still think it will play for them, just not in this scene. Now I think songs titled The First Truth and The First I Love You will play to parallel the songs The First I Love You and The First Lie. The way I figured this out is honestly really meta and hard to explain, so feel free to just pause and read my post. If this whole theory is true though, and Will's love confession parallels the opening where he admitted to rolling a 7, then The First Truth would have a really cool double meaning, and I low-key felt smart as hell after thinking of it. Moving on though, I also had a really cool idea for how to end the show, creating a powerful bookend by paralleling the very beginning. In the future, the gang has grown up and once again playing D&D, only this time, they're able to finish the game and win. In Season 1, Dustin brought pizza upstairs to Nancy, but she refused. This time, Nancy brings pizza downstairs and joins them. Then, Mike and Will go outside, saying goodbye to the rest of the party, but once again sticking behind together alone, a track titled Adults plays, paralleling the track titled Kids, which plays during the Season 1 opening. It's nighttime, and Mike and Will are left standing alone under a light of some sort, possibly another garage light, which is glowing steadily above them, not just flickering. This time, they both say the truth. I love you. 7 plus 7 equals 14. The winning role in their first D&D game. The truth doesn't make them lose this time.
It was a 7. The Demogorgon. It got me.
In the beginning, when Mike felt a flicker of electricity as Will left, he was left confused. He was still a kid, so he didn't know what this feeling was. He thought that this electricity was malfunctioning, that there was something wrong with it. So he turns off the garage light, symbolically denying what he feels. In the future, though, the electricity is stable. It's glowing between them, and the audience can feel it like how Dustin could feel it between Max and Lucas.
So what? The electricity?
This time, Mike doesn't turn the light off. This time, the electricity stays on.